The situation at noon sees Union reinforcements rushing to the area around Gettysburg. Doubleday's 3rd Division of the 1st Corps marches in behind McPherson's Ridge and they prepare to assist Buford's division in the northwest. Meanwhile, Robinson's 2nd Division marches into town from the south. Meredith's Iron Brigade of Wadsworth's division takes up a position alone in the north of Gettysburg. Now these are tough men and they're prepared to stand and fight and face whatever comes at them down those northern roads. Archer's Brigade continues to lead the Confederate push down the Chambersburg Pike in the northwest, and they force Buford's men slowly back off McPherson's Ridge and down the road. Reinforcements from Cutler's Union Brigade take up position alongside Buford's men in an attempt to steady the Union lines in that area. Pender's division also marches down Chambersburg Pike before detouring off to the south in an attempt to outflank the Union positions on McPherson's. Before Doubleday's division can react, Pender's men have swept below their southern flank and begin marching up the western side of Seminary Ridge. And this dangerously exposes the Union position. Pender's men are now in a great position to roll up that Union line in that area. In the north, the Iron Brigade can see piles of dust rising up in the air as thousands of Confederate troops in Rhodes's division come marching down towards Gettysburg. The Iron Brigade space their lines out, prepared to fight and slow down the Confederate attackers, but as it stands they are just one brigade standing up against an entire Confederate division coming at them. In the southwest again, in the nick of time, Doubleday manages to withdraw his division from their precarious position, and they take up a new defensive line on Seminary Ridge. They're pursued quickly by Pender's division, who capture part of the ridge in the south at about 2 p.m, but Robinson's 2nd Division soon march out to meet them, and they halt the rebel advance. Robinson's men take up the line southeast of Seminary Ridge, along Doubleday's southern flank. The Iron Brigade in the north again breathes a sigh of relief as men of Schurz's 3rd Division of Howard's 11th Corps, newly arrived, take up position on their right flank. Now, these men are still vastly outnumbered, but now the risk of being outflanked has been reduced. This is all the more important as Early's Confederate Division, another Confederate division in the north, has begun to attempt to outflank the right side of the Union line. They've marched behind Rock Creek to the east of Gettysburg and are attempting to get in and around behind the Union defenders in Gettysburg. Meanwhile, over in the west, Barlow's division has taken up a position on the far left of the Union line to slow down Pender's advance. Now, looking at the situation at this stage, the lines are fairly static. Heath continues to push towards Gettysburg along Chambersburg Pike, but the Union defenders have formed a tight ring around the town and more Union reinforcements continue to pour in. At about 2:30 p.m, Rhodes's division is finally lined up and ready to attack. In one solid line, the brigades of Iverson, Dole and O'Neill advance towards the Iron Brigade, with support on both their flanks. These men pause briefly to rest before charging the Union defences. Iverson's men succeed in the west, and this exposes the Union flank along the Chambersburg Pike, and that position is forced to fall back. But the Iron Brigade are more careful and they withdraw before shot combat back to the safety of town. Thus, at about 3 p.m, the fight continues. The main Confederate drive is now from the north, with Rhodes's strong division. Pender's men continue to make slight headway against the Union left flank, but in the centre Heath's men are all but spent as a fighting force, and they only make cautious advances now. At the same time, Union breastworks begin to be set up on Cemetery Hill. Now this will be established, of course, as a fallback position for the Union should their defences around town fail.